Hi, this is Robin Clements. This is my executive coaching reflection. I wanted to keep up with the format since I'm still learning and adjusting to it. But this is my reflection about executive coaching in Module 1. My initial thoughts upon our readings was that I was really struggling to distinguish executive coaching from general coaching. I really struggled to really figure out the difference. I had a basic understanding from my initial read through of the readings that coaching was different than mentoring, and I'll get to some ways that it's different in a little bit. But I did struggle to really grasp that executive coaching was separate from other forms of coaching. My main focus was on the fact that someone who is coaching needs to be trained, and I really wasn't grasping other differences. So I went through the discussion boards to help me with a little bit better understanding, and then back to my reading. So what I've done here is I put together kind of a word cloud of some meaningful principles from some of the students in our class where they were talking about some elements of executive coaching. And these are from Clay, Kirsten, Sarah, and Casey. These resonated with me. These helped me kind of really distinguish the difference between coaching and executive coaching. Some emphasis on some of the words here, like listen and listening, support, questions, the idea of having a good match, that this is work or working, that includes sharing. These were some things that really helped me really clarify what executive coaching is and how that differs from mentoring. Then I went on, I'd sort of forgotten about the videos that we could watch, and I watched the Garvey video and the others, but the Garvey really helped me. This concept of grow, again, a step-by-step process that helps define what coaching or executive coaching is and how it really differs from mentoring. A lot of times when I'm struggling with a concept, what helps me is to find out the differences between one concept and another, or one term and another. So that's what I did here. The grow technique in coaching includes the idea of goals. Executive coaching requires really clear and concise goals. It's very intentional. Reality is the R in grow. What's happening right now? What is our current situation? So that the coach can then help the coachee to grow and work on achieving their goals. Options, Garvey described that as a process or plan that's used, that the coachee helps develop on their own, with a little bit of guidance and reflective questions from the executive coach. And then what gets a person to their goal? How will they find the motivation to achieve their goal and to act? And then doing so. That was important to me, that concept that, I love a checklist. Also, again, the idea that executive coaching requires a trained coach. This differs from having a mentor who can really be a friendly body, who has some experience in one area or another. An executive coach has to be trained in this skill. The idea of real play versus role play. Mentoring can have some role play, some what if situations, whereas executive coaching requires the coachee to act and grow within their current situation. And then this concept of critical feedback. Critical feedback is important. It's one of the reasons that an executive coach needs to be trained, so they can learn when and where critical feedback is valuable and important. And in spite of the numerous types of coaching that were described in Chapter 12 of the Garvey text, the key to all of them is the requirement of the trained coach and their ability to provide this critical feedback utilizing the grow approach. And that really differs from mentoring, which doesn't require a specific goal. It doesn't require specific training. So, and mentoring also requires guidance or support while someone is working through a process, but not the skilled training that executive coaching does. This unit, or this topic, was a little more difficult for me, I think, because I've never experienced executive coaching and sort of clumped it in with all different types of coaching. So I appreciated especially the discussion board and the student feedback to help me clarify my understanding of executive coaching.